First contact. The vast emptiness of space had always fascinated Dr. Elena Reyes. As she gazed out the viewport of the International Space Station's new long-range communications module, she couldn't help but wonder what secrets the universe held. It was this curiosity that had driven her to become one of Earth's leading experts in xenolinguistics and astrobiology. Her reverie was interrupted by an urgent beep from the console. Frowning, Elena floated over to investigate. The station's advanced sensors had picked up an anomaly, a signal unlike anything they'd encountered before. "Control, this is Dr. Reyes. Are you seeing this?" She called out, her heart racing. "Affirmative, Doctor," came the reply. "We're analyzing the signal now. Stand by." Minutes stretched into hours as the best minds on Earth worked to decipher the mysterious transmission. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Elena received the news that would change humanity forever. "Dr. Reyes, we've confirmed it. The signal, it's not natural. It's artificial. And it's not from Earth." Elena's breath caught in her throat. First contact. The moment scientists had dreamed of for centuries was finally here. In the days that followed, the world buzzed with excitement and fear. Governments convened emergency meetings, religious leaders sought to reassure their followers, and civilians alternated between celebration and panic. Meanwhile, Elena and her team worked tirelessly to decode the alien message. "It's a distress call," Elena announced to the assembled world leaders via video conference. "From what we can gather, their ship has suffered severe damage and is stranded in our solar system, just beyond Mars." President Amelia Chen of the newly formed United Earth Coalition leaned forward, her eyes sharp. "Can we communicate with them? Offer assistance?" Elena nodded. "We believe so. We've managed to establish a rudimentary form of communication using mathematical principles." They seem desperate. Admiral Jae-hoon Park, head of Earth's fledgling space navy, spoke up. "Madam President, I advise caution. This could be a trap. Or it could be the greatest opportunity in human history," countered Dr. Omar Khalil, Elena's colleague and expert in extraterrestrial propulsion theories. "Their technology must be far beyond ours. Imagine what we could learn." President Chen considered for a moment before making her decision. "We'll send a mission. Dr. Reyes, you'll lead the scientific team. Admiral Park, assemble your best crew. We're going to make history." 3 weeks later, Elena found herself aboard the UES Horizon, Earth's most advanced spacecraft. As they approached the coordinates of the alien vessel, tension aboard the ship was palpable. "Visual contact in 5 minutes," announced Captain Sofia Volkov, her voice steady despite the circumstances. Elena's heart pounded as the alien ship came into view. It was unlike anything she had ever seen, a massive crystalline structure that seemed to shimmer and shift as they watched. "My God," whispered Dr. Khalil beside her. "It's beautiful." As they drew closer, they could see the extent of the damage. Large sections of the crystal-like hull were fractured or missing entirely, and a strange, pulsating energy leaked from the wounds. "Life signs detected," reported the ship's eye. "Multiple alien biosignatures, but they're weak and fading." Captain Volkov turned to Elena. "Doctor, it's your show now. How do we proceed?" Elena took a deep breath, steeling herself for what was to come. "We need to dock and offer assistance. I'll lead the first contact team." As Elena and her team prepared to board the alien vessel, she couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. They had trained for this moment, but no simulation could truly prepare them for the reality of meeting an alien species. The airlock cycled, and Elena stepped onto the alien ship. The interior was as strange and beautiful as the exterior, with corridors that seemed to be grown rather than built. A soft, ambient light pulsed through the walls, giving the impression that the ship itself was alive. "Stay alert," warned Security Chief Ramos. "We don't know what we're dealing with here." They made their way deeper into the ship, following the signal of the strongest life signs. As they rounded a corner, they came face to face with the ship's inhabitants. The aliens were tall, slender beings with iridescent skin that seemed to ripple with colors. Their large, dark eyes regarded the humans with a mixture of fear and hope. Elena stepped forward, her universal translator at the ready. "We come in peace," she said, the device translating her words into a series of melodic tones. "We received your distress call and are here to help." The lead alien, its skin shifting to a deep blue, responded. The translator struggled for a moment before producing. "Gratitude. Danger. Time short." As Elena and her team worked to understand the aliens' plight, they learned that the ship had been damaged in an encounter with a spatial anomaly. The aliens, who called themselves the Luminary, were an ancient, peaceful species that had been exploring the galaxy for millennia. But their meeting was cut short as alarms began to blare throughout the ship. Dr. Khalil, who had been examining the ship's systems, rushed in. "The ship's power cord is destabilizing. We have less than an hour before it goes critical." Elena turned to the Luminary leader. "We need to evacuate your people to our ship. Can you make it?" The alien's skin pulsed with a warm golden light. "Some. Too weak. Need help." Captain Volkov's voice crackled over the comm. "Dr. Rice, we've got another problem. We're picking up an unidentified ship approaching fast. It's not responding to hails." Elena felt the weight of the galaxy on her shoulders. They had to save the Luminary, protect Earth from a potential threat, and somehow preserve this incredible alien technology before it was lost forever. As the crisis unfolded, Elena realized that this was more than just first contact. It was humanity's first test on the galactic stage, and failure was not an option. "All right," she said, her voice firm with resolve. "Let's show the universe what humanity can do. Let's save these people." With time running out and an unknown threat approaching, the human crew sprang into action. They were about to prove that when pushed to their limits, humans were capable of extraordinary things. The next few hours would determine not just the fate of the Luminary, but potentially the future of Earth itself in a suddenly much larger and more complex galaxy. The galactic stage. 6 months had passed since humanity's first contact with the Luminary. The successful rescue mission had not only saved an alien species, but had also catapulted Earth onto the galactic stage. Dr. Elena Reyes found herself at the center of it all, now serving as Earth's primary liaison to the Galactic Confederation. The United Nations Assembly Hall in New York buzzed with anticipation. Delegates from every nation on Earth had gathered to hear the latest update on humanity's place in the galaxy. Elena took a deep breath as she approached the podium, acutely aware of the billions watching the live broadcast. "Distinguished delegates, citizens of Earth," she began, her voice steady despite her nerves. "Today, I bring you both exciting news and sobering challenges. The Galactic Confederation has officially invited Earth to join as a probationary member." A murmur of excitement rippled through the crowd. However, Elena continued, "This invitation comes with significant responsibilities and potential risks. The galaxy, we've learned, is a complex and often dangerous place." She went on to explain the intricacies of galactic politics. The Confederation, a loose alliance of over 1,000 spacefaring species, maintained a delicate balance of power. Some members viewed Earth's rapid advancement with suspicion, fearing the potential of human ingenuity and adaptability. "We face 3 primary challenges," Elena explained. "First, technological integration. While the Luminary have shared some of their knowledge with us, we're still centuries behind most Confederation members. Second, cultural assimilation. We must find a way to maintain our unique human identity while adapting to galactic norms. And third, security. Our solar system lies in a strategically important region, which makes us a potential target for less friendly factions." As Elena concluded her speech, the assembly erupted into heated debate. Some argued for immediate acceptance of the Confederation's offer, while others advocated for isolation, fearing the loss of human autonomy. In the months that followed, Earth underwent rapid changes. Massive infrastructure projects were launched to prepare for increased interstellar traffic. The global economy shifted as new technologies were introduced, causing both excitement and displacement. Elena found herself working around the clock, shuttling between Earth and various alien worlds for diplomatic missions. It was during one such mission to Zenthra, the Confederation capital, that she encountered her most significant challenge yet. The Zenthra Spire, seat of the Confederation Council, loomed before her. Its twisting, organic architecture seemed to defy gravity, a testament to the advanced engineering of the elder races. Elena straightened her formal attire, a blend of traditional Earth fashion and galactic styles, and entered the council chambers. The chamber was filled with representatives from dozens of species. Some were vaguely humanoid, while others were so alien that Elena's mind struggled to comprehend their forms. At the center stood High Counselor Xerlith, a being of pure energy contained within a translucent, shimmering field. Dr. Reyes, Xerlith's voice resonated in Elena's mind. We have reviewed Earth's petition for membership. However, concerns have been raised about humanity's readiness. Elena felt a surge of frustration, but kept her composure. High Counselor, with all due respect, humanity has proven its worth. We saved the luminary when no one else could. We've adapted to galactic technologies at an unprecedented rate. What more must we do to prove ourselves? A reptilian being, Ambassador Solar of the Draconian Imperium, hissed in response. Precisely our point, human. Your kind advances too quickly. You're unpredictable, potentially dangerous. The Draco suggest a century of observation before considering Earth's membership. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Elena realized that Earth was about to be sidelined, potentially leaving them vulnerable to less friendly factions. She needed to act fast. Esteemed members of the Council, Elena said, her voice ringing clear. I propose a challenge. Give humanity 1 solar year to prove its worth. Allow us to take on a task that has confounded the Confederation, something that showcases our unique abilities. The chamber fell silent. High Counselor Xerlith's energy field pulsed with interest. An intriguing proposal, Dr. Reyes. What task do you suggest? Elena's mind raced. They needed something that would demonstrate human ingenuity, something that played to their strengths. Suddenly, she remembered a conversation with a luminary scientist about a perplexing stellar phenomenon. The Pyrath Nexus, Elena declared. We'll solve the mystery of the Pyrath Nexus. Gasps and murmurs filled the chamber. The Pyrath Nexus, a massive space-to-time anomaly, had baffled Confederation scientists for centuries. Ships that ventured too close either disappeared or returned with crews driven mad. Ambassador Solar's scales bristled. Impossible. Countless expeditions have failed. What makes you think humans can succeed where the eldest races have not? Elena stood her ground. Because we think differently. We see patterns where others see chaos. We persevere where others retreat. Give us this chance, and we will show you why humanity deserves a place among the stars. High Counselor Xerlith's energy field shimmered thoughtfully. A bold claim, Dr. Reyes. Very well. You shall have your year. If humanity can unravel the mysteries of the Pyrath Nexus, Earth will be granted full membership in the Confederation. But be warned. Failure may set back your species' integration by decades. As Elena left the council chambers, her mind whirled with the enormity of what she had just committed humanity to. She had bet the future of Earth on human ingenuity and determination. Now she had to return home and rally her species for the greatest challenge they had ever faced. Back on Earth, Elena's announcement of the Pyrath Nexus Challenge was met with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Scientists and engineers from around the world began pooling their knowledge and resources. The race was on to develop technologies capable of withstanding the anomaly's strange effects. Dr. Omar Khalil, now head of Earth's Cinephysics Division, approached Elena after a particularly grueling strategy session. Elena, what you did on Zenthra was either brilliant or insane, possibly both. Elena managed a tired smile. Probably both. But Omar, you've seen what humans can do when we're pushed to our limits. The luminary rescue, the rapid advancements we've made. We can do this. Omar nodded thoughtfully. You're right, and I think I might have an idea. It's unconventional, maybe even a little crazy, but it just might work. As Omar began to outline his plan, Alina felt a spark of hope. Humanity had always thrived on challenges, on pushing the boundaries of what was possible. The Pyrith Nexus was just their latest frontier. The next few months would be crucial. Earth would have to marshal all its resources, all its creativity, all its determination. But as Alina looked out at the bustling activity of the newly established Nexus Project headquarters, she knew one thing for certain. Humanity was ready to show the galaxy what it was made of. The stars had better be ready for them. The outsiders. The Pyrith Nexus loomed before the UES horizon Aya, a swirling maelstrom of energy that defied the laws of physics as humanity understood them. Captain Sofia Volkov stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the mesmerizing spectacle. All systems are go, Captain, reported her XO, Commander Rajpatal. Dr. Khalil's device is online and stable. Sofia nodded, her face a mask of determination. Very well. Let's make history, engage the Khalil field, and take us in, nice and easy. As the horizon Eye edged closer to the Nexus, the ship was enveloped in a shimmering field of energy, the culmination of months of tireless work by Earth's brightest minds. Dr. Omar Khalil's unconventional approach, combining principles of quantum entanglement with insights gleaned from luminary technology, had produced a protective bubble that they hoped would shield them from the Nexus's maddening effects. Back on Earth, Dr. Alina Reyes watched the live feed with bated breath, along with billions of humans and countless alien observers across the galaxy. The fate of Earth's standing in the galactic community hung in the balance. Hours passed as the horizon Aya probed deeper into the Nexus than any ship had ever gone before. Data poured in, challenging everything they thought they knew about space-time and reality itself. And then something unexpected happened. Captain, exclaimed the sensor officer, I'm picking up a signal. It's coming from inside the Nexus. Before Sofia could respond, the view screen lit up with an image that sent shockwaves through the crew. A face, unmistakably human, stared back at them. This is Admiral Katerina Sokolov of the Earth ship Artemis. The apparition spoke, her voice tinged with disbelief. Is that a human vessel? Sofia's mind reeled. The Artemis had been Earth's first attempt at interstellar travel, lost over a century ago, long before first contact with the luminary. Somehow, it had ended up here, trapped in the Nexus. As the Horizon Aya worked to rescue the long-lost Artemis and its crew, they made a startling discovery. The Nexus wasn't just a spatial anomaly. It was a gateway to other dimensions, other timelines. The Artemis had been trapped between realities, experiencing time at a vastly different rate. But the revelations didn't stop there. Admiral Sokolov's team had encountered something during their interdimensional odyssey, a threat so grave it made the squabbles of the Galactic Confederation seem trivial in comparison. We call them the Outsiders, Sokolov explained during the debriefing, her eyes haunted by the memory. They exist beyond our understanding of space and time. And they're coming. The news of the Outsiders sent shockwaves through the Galactic Confederation. Emergency sessions were called, defense strategies debated, and fingers pointed as fear gripped even the eldest races. In the midst of the chaos, it was humanity that stepped up to the challenge. Alina found herself once again addressing the Confederation Council, this time with a bold proposal. Distinguished members of the Council, she began, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. The threat we face is unlike anything our galaxy has encountered. But where you see hopelessness, humanity sees opportunity. We propose a joint task force, combining the best minds and technologies from all our civilizations to face this threat head-on. High Counselor Xerlith's energy field pulsed with a mix of emotions. Your species continues to surprise us, Dr. Reyes. But what makes you think we can stop something that exists beyond our very understanding of reality? Alina smiled, a glint of determination in her eyes. Because that's what humans do best. We face the unknown, we adapt, we overcome. Our entire history is filled with moments where we've turned impossible odds into unlikely victories. And now, with the combined knowledge and resources of the Confederation, imagine what we could achieve. Her words struck a chord. One by one, representatives from various species pledged their support. Even the skeptical Draconian Imperium, represented by Ambassador Slur, reluctantly agreed to join the effort. As the council session concluded, Alina found herself approached by an unexpected ally. Zalthera, the luminary elder whose rescue had started Earth's journey to the stars. Your words carry great wisdom, Alina. Zalthera's melodious voice resonated. But I fear the challenge ahead is greater than you realize. The outsiders, they are not simply an enemy to be defeated. They are a fundamental force of the multiverse, seeking balance in ways we cannot comprehend. Alina considered this. Then we'll find a way to communicate with them, to understand their motives. If they're truly a force of balance, there must be a way to coexist. Zalthera's skin shimmered with a mix of admiration and concern. Your optimism is admirable, but be cautious. The path ahead is fraught with danger. As Alina coordinated the formation of the Joint Task Force, humanity's unique approach began to shine through. Where other species sought to build bigger weapons or stronger shields, human scientists proposed novel ideas, ways to bend reality itself, to communicate across dimensional barriers, even attempts to understand the very nature of consciousness and its role in the multiverse. Dr. Khalil led a team in adapting the Nexus Shield technology for larger applications, theorizing that it could be used to create safe zones in the event of an outsider incursion. Captain Volkov and Admiral Sokolov worked together to train a new generation of pilots capable of navigating the mind-bending realities of interdimensional space. But it was a young physicist, Dr. Yuki Tanaka, who made the breakthrough that would change everything. Combining principles of quantum entanglement with insights from human philosophy and spirituality, she proposed a radical theory that consciousness itself was the key to traversing, and possibly even influencing, the multiverse. Think about it. Yuki explained to a rapt audience of scientists from a dozen species. Every major human philosophy and religion has touched on the interconnectedness of all things, the power of mind over matter. What if that's not just spirituality, but a fundamental truth of reality? Her theories were met with skepticism by many, but Alina saw the potential. If Yuki was right, it could provide a way to not just fight the outsiders, but to truly understand them. As the task force worked tirelessly to prepare for the coming storm, Alina couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in how far humanity had come. In just a few short years, they had gone from isolated species to a driving force in galactic affairs, their creativity and determination pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. But time was running out. Reports were coming in from the fringes of known space. Strange phenomena, ships disappearing, entire star systems going dark. The outsiders were no longer a distant threat. They were at the galaxy's doorstep. As Alina looked out at the bustling activity of the Joint Task Force headquarters, a mix of humans and aliens working side by side towards a common goal, she knew that the greatest test of humanity, and indeed, of all sentient life in the galaxy, was yet to come. The outsiders were coming, and humanity would be ready to face them, not just with force, but with understanding, adaptation, and the indomitable spirit that had carried them from Earth to the stars. The battle for hope. The vast emptiness of space was shattered by flashes of weapons fire and the eerie glow of interdimensional rifts. The combined fleet of the Galactic Confederation, led by the recently promoted Admiral Sofia Volkov aboard the UES Defender, faced off against an enemy that defied comprehension. The outsiders had arrived. Their ships, if they could be called that, were ever-shifting masses of energy and matter, phasing in and out of reality. Conventional weapons passed through them harmlessly, while their attacks ignored shields and armor as if they weren't there. Status report. Admiral Volkov barked, her eyes fixed on the tactical display. Commander Patel's voice was grim. Not good, Admiral. We've lost contact with the Zenthra defense grid. The Draconian fleet is reporting heavy losses, and the Luminary ships are barely holding the line in Sector 7. Sophia gritted her teeth. They had prepared for this moment for years, but the reality of facing an enemy that operated outside the laws of physics was more challenging than anyone had anticipated. "What about Dr. Tanaka's device?" she asked, a hint of desperation in her voice. "Online and functioning, but we're not seeing any noticeable effect yet," Patel reported. Aboard the science vessel UES Curiosity, Dr. Yuki Tanaka worked feverishly at her console. Her revolutionary device, dubbed the Consciousness Harmonizer, was their best hope for understanding and potentially communicating with the outsiders. But so far, the results were inconclusive. Come on," Yuki muttered, making minute adjustments to the quantum field generators. "There's got to be a way to sync our consciousness with their dimensional frequency." Back on Earth, Dr. Elena Reyes coordinated the global defense efforts from the United Earth Defense Command Center. Holographic displays showed the battle raging across the solar system and beyond. It wasn't looking good. "Dr. Reyes," a voice called out. It was Dr. Omar Khalil, his face haggard from days without sleep. "I think we found something. The Nexus Shield technology. We might be able to use it offensively." Elena's eyes widened. "Explain." "If we can generate a large enough field and rapidly collapse it around an outsider ship, it might force them to fully materialize in our dimension. Make them vulnerable." It was a long shot, but at this point, they were running out of options. Elena quickly relayed the information to Admiral Volkov. As the battle raged on, humanity's allies found themselves in awe of the humans' refusal to give up. Species that had existed for millennia watched as these newcomers to the galactic stage fought with a fervor and creativity that defied all odds. Ambassador Schlar, commanding a draconian dreadnought, hissed in admiration as he watched a small squadron of human fighters execute a maneuver that should have been impossible, drawing an outsider ship into a trap. "Perhaps we underestimated these humans," he mused. The tide of battle ebbed and flowed. For every victory, there seemed to be two setbacks. The outsiders pressed their advantage, their otherworldly tactics confounding even the most experienced commanders. Aboard the Defender, Admiral Volkov made a difficult decision. "All ships, this is Admiral Volkov. Implement Operation Longshot." "I repeat, implement Operation Longshot." Operation Longshot was a desperate plan. It involved using the Defender's experimental drive core to generate a massive Nexus shield, large enough to encompass a significant portion of the outsider fleet. The energy requirements were enormous, and the risk of catastrophic failure was high. As the Defender moved into position, escorted by a phalanx of Allied ships, Dr. Tanaka made a breakthrough on the Curiosity. "Admiral," her excited voice came through the comm. "We've established contact. I'm receiving something. It's not words, exactly, but impressions, concepts." Sophia's heart raced. "What are they saying, Doctor?" There was a pause. "It's complex. They don't perceive reality the way we do. To them, our universe is like a two-dimensional drawing to us. They're not trying to destroy us. They're trying to elevate us, or maybe harvest us. The concepts don't translate well. Can you communicate back?" Sophia asked urgently. "Let them know we don't want to be elevated or harvested." "I'm trying, but..." Yuki's voice cut off as a nearby explosion rocked her ship. Sophia made a split-second decision. "All ships, hold position. Do not fire unless fired upon. Dr. Tanaka, keep trying to communicate." For several tense minutes, the battle seemed to pause. The outsider ships ceased their advance, their forms shimmering in space as if considering this new development. And then everything changed. A blinding light engulfed the Curiosity. When it faded, the ship was gone. In its place was something else. a swirling vortex of energy, with Dr. Tanaka's voice emanating from it. "Admiral," her voice sounded different, more resonant. "I understand now. The outsiders, they're not our enemies. They're gardeners, cultivators of consciousness across the multiverse. And humanity, we're the key they've been waiting for." Sophia struggled to comprehend. "Doctor, what are you saying?" "Our ability to adapt, to think creatively, to push the boundaries of what's possible. It's unique in the multiverse. The outsiders weren't trying to destroy us. They were pushing us, forcing us to evolve." As Yuki spoke, the outsider ships began to change. Their chaotic forms coalesced into shapes more recognizable to human eyes, still alien, but no longer incomprehensible. "They want to work with us," Yuki continued, "to help us reach our full potential as a species. In return, we can help them understand the power of individuality, of free will." The implications were staggering. Humanity, the newcomers to the galactic stage, had become the linchpin in a cosmic plan beyond anything they had imagined. But the danger wasn't over. The forces unleashed by the battle had destabilized the fabric of space-time itself. Rifts were opening across the solar system, threatening to tear reality apart. "We need to close the rifts," Yuki's voice rang out. "The Nexus Shield technology. If we can adapt it, use it in conjunction with the consciousness harmonizer." Admiral Volkov didn't hesitate. "Do it. All ships, prepare to generate Nexus fields on my mark. Dr. Tanaka, we'll follow your lead." What followed was a symphony of technology and consciousness, human ingenuity, alien wisdom, and the incomprehensible power of the outsiders combined in a display that defied description. Ships moved in perfect harmony, their Nexus fields weaving together with strands of pure thought. One by one, the rifts closed. Reality stabilized. And in the aftermath, the galaxy found itself forever changed. As the dust settled, Admiral Volkov looked out at the starfield, now peppered with the shimmering forms of outsider ships no longer in conflict, but in collaboration. "Send a message to Earth," she said softly. Tell them we won. But more than that, tell them we found our place in the universe, and it's grander than we ever imagined." The battle for hope was over, but humanity's greatest adventure was just beginning. A new era. The Grand Hall of Unity on Zenthra was packed to capacity. Representatives from every corner of the galaxy had gathered for what promised to be the most significant assembly in the history of the Galactic Confederation. At the center of it all stood Dr. Elena Reyes, Earth's ambassador to the stars. As Elena took her place at the podium, she couldn't help but marvel at how far humanity had come. Just a few years ago, they were struggling to prove their worth to join the Confederation. Now they stood at the forefront of a new age of galactic cooperation. Distinguished representatives, honored guests, fellow sentients, Elena began, her voice carrying across the vast chamber. "We stand here today at the dawn of a new era, an era born from the crucible of conflict, but one that promises unparalleled peace and understanding. The events of the past months had reshaped the galaxy. The revelation that the outsiders were not invaders but cultivators of consciousness had sent shockwaves through every civilization. Old rivalries and prejudices seemed petty in the face of this cosmic truth. Humanity's role in bridging the gap between our reality and that of the outsiders has opened doors we never knew existed." Elena continued. "But with this new understanding comes great responsibility." She outlined the proposals that had been meticulously crafted in the weeks following the battle for hope. A new division of the Confederation, dedicated to interdimensional research and communication. Educational exchanges that would see humans learning from ancient races while bringing their unique perspectives to cultures that had grown stagnant. But perhaps most significantly, a project that would see the adaptation of the consciousness harmonizer technology for widespread use. "Imagine," Elena said, her eyes alight with passion, "a galaxy where we can truly understand one another. Not just through words, but through shared experiences, shared consciousness. The potential for peace, for growth, for discovery is limitless. As Elena spoke, Dr. Yuki Tanaka sat in the audience, her presence a testament to the transformative power of human ingenuity. Her brief merger with the outsiders had left her changed. Her consciousness expanded beyond normal human limits. She had become a bridge between realities, her insights driving forward a new field of science that blended physics, philosophy, and spirituality. Ambassador Sivler of the Draconian Imperium, once skeptical of humanity's place in galactic affairs, now found himself nodding in agreement with Elena's words. The humans had proven themselves not just worthy allies, but essential partners in facing the challenges of an ever-expanding universe. As the assembly voted overwhelmingly to approve the new initiatives, Elena felt a surge of pride. Humanity had not just found its place among the stars, it had become a catalyst for change on a cosmic scale. But the path forward was not without its challenges. In the months that followed, humanity grappled with its new role in the galaxy. The influx of alien knowledge and technology led to rapid advancements, but also raised ethical questions that philosophers had pondered for centuries. How much should they change? How far should they push the boundaries of what it meant to be human? Dr. Omar Khalil found himself at the forefront of these debates. His work on the Nexus shield technology had expanded into new realms of physics, blurring the lines between science and what previous generations might have called magic. We must proceed with caution, he argued in a global address. Our creativity, our adaptability, these are our greatest strengths. But we must not lose sight of what makes us human in our rush to embrace the cosmic. Meanwhile, Captain Sofia Volkov, now Fleet Admiral, oversaw the transformation of Earth's space forces. What had once been a defensive fleet was now an armada of exploration and diplomacy. The UES Defender, reconfigured with technology born from the fusion of human ingenuity and outsider insights, embarked on its maiden voyage to the edge of known space and beyond. On Earth itself, society underwent a metamorphosis. The realization that consciousness could transcend physical reality led to a renaissance in art, music, and literature. Virtual reality took on new meaning as humans learned to project their minds across vast distances, experiencing alien worlds firsthand. But perhaps the most profound change came in humanity's relationship with its home planet. The perspective gained from their cosmic adventures led to a renewed appreciation for Earth. Global efforts to reverse climate change, restore ecosystems, and create sustainable ways of living gained unprecedented support. 5 years after the battle for hope, Elena found herself back on the Zenthra Spire, this time for a more personal mission. High Counselor Sirlith's energy form pulsed with warm colors as they greeted her. Dr. Reyes. Sirlith's thoughts resonated in Elena's mind. Your species continues to amaze us. The progress you've made, the bridges you've built, it's unprecedented. Elena smiled. We've had excellent teachers and partners. The Confederation, the outsiders, we couldn't have come this far alone. Perhaps, Sirlith mused, but it was humanity's unique spark that lit the way. Your ability to dream, to imagine possibilities beyond the conventional, it's a gift to the galaxy. As they looked out over the sprawling cityscape of Zenthra, Elena reflected on the journey that had brought them here. From first contact with the luminary to the brink of cosmic understanding, humanity had faced challenges that would have broken lesser species. But at every turn, they had risen to the occasion, their indomitable spirit and boundless creativity lighting the way forward. What comes next, I wonder? Elena mused aloud. Sirlith's energy field shimmered with what Elena had come to recognize as amusement. For humanity, if we've learned anything, it's that your species will always surprise us. The universe is vast, Dr. Reyes, and largely unknown. But with humans leading the way, I suspect it won't stay unknown for long. As Elena left the spire, she felt a sense of excitement for the future. Humanity had found its place in the cosmos, not as conquerors or subjects, but as explorers, innovators, and bridge builders. They had proven that the air of Earth was indeed too pure for any to be a slave. And in doing so, They had helped free the galaxy from the bonds of limited thinking. The stars stretched out before them, infinite in their mystery and promise. And humanity, with its unique blend of curiosity, creativity, and courage, was ready to meet whatever challenges lay ahead. For in the end, it wasn't advanced technology or cosmic understanding that defined humanity's place in the universe. It was the simple, profound truth that had driven them from their first steps on Earth to their leaps across the stars. The relentless, unquenchable desire to ask, "What if?" and the courage to find out the answer, no matter the odds. The human adventure was just beginning.